YouTube has continued to attack alternative media by demonetizing most of our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit our Amazon store or our Patreon page. Links below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And you know, January traditionally is when Hollywood likes to dump a whole bunch of horror movies on us to remind us that death is always around the corner. But oftentimes, life is far scarier than art, especially with this headline coming out of KTLA right here that says, "Teen's escape leads to discovery of 13 malnourished victims held captive in Perris home, including kids chained to beds." Yeah, that's a pretty horrifying headline, and it's all 100% true. This isn't like some Wes Craven movie from the 90s. The people under the stairs is what immediately came to mind when I was reading the story. But essentially what's going on here is the two parents, David Allen Turpin and Louise Anna Turpin, are currently under arrest and being held on a bail of $9 million each because of what sheriffs discovered in their home. Now, this all happened over the weekend where one of their daughters, an unnamed teenager, was able to escape from the house and then make their way to contact authorities to let them know what was going on. And when the cops at first, you know, I don't think they fully believed her, but when they went and investigated, they found that there were 13 kids ages 2 to 29 years old. 7 of these 12 were adults, right? Were basically chained to their beds, malnourished, and according to the kids, once they got free, they were starving. And this is a situation that I'm sorry, I cannot help but think to myself, when the layers of this really twisted onion start to peel back, we will discover that this was a religious thing. We will discover that this is a religious thing. And I was looking into it the best that I could, trying to see if there was any background on the parents for being super religious. Nothing that I could find right away. But according to public records, David Turpin is the principal of the Sandcastle private school. It's a K through 12 school that charges, is private. I couldn't find on their website whether or not that it was a religious school at all. I actually want to say that I got this part wrong. The Sandcastle Day School is actually the home of the family and their so-called homeschooling that they provide for their kids. That's all it is at the same address where the authorities found the children shackled to the bed with padlocks, and that they were utterly filthy, and there was a very foul smell. So back to the video. And previously, he worked as a defense contractor with Northrop Grumman, making somewhere around $140,000 a year. So somewhere in the last couple of years, he stopped doing that, quit, went and became the principal of a private school with only a few students, and then still had his 13 children chained to beds inside of their house. Now the kids are all alive, and as far as I can tell, they're okay, but they're currently in different hospitals getting treated for different issues, and the parents are going to be awaiting, you know, sentencing and well, charging, and then hopefully going and getting themselves locked away for a very long period of time, because this is pretty frightening. Now, we don't, again, this is kind of breaking news today coming out of Perris, California. It's a little bit west of a little east of Los Angeles. It's, you know, not so far out in the mountains or anything else like this that you might think, but it's out there a ways. And, you know, again, you hear a story like this and you think to yourself, there's something sinister happening. Well, on David Turpin's Facebook page, they were able to find this photo taken 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, of the parents appearing to renew their vows. So if you look at the picture, you can see, granted, all the faces are blurred out of the victims here, as they should be. But if you take a quick look at the hair of the boys, you can see that they all roughly have the same bob haircut or bowl haircut that their father does. And when you start seeing parents that dress their children all the same, as you can see here, and all the girls are all dressed in the same dress, and the parents are, you know, I mean, they're renewing their vows, so it kind of makes sense, like a bridesmaid sort of thing. I'm not arguing against that. But you see that, and then you see their hairstyles are all the same, and the boys, the adults, clearly adults, just based upon their build and size from the picture, there's something freaky going on here. Now, we don't know what that is yet. We don't know what it is. We don't know how crazy it's going to go, what the investigation is going to unfold. All I can say is I'm very glad that the one girl escaped. was able to contact authorities and convince them to go and investigate. Her act of bravery saved her siblings. And that is something that should not be overlooked. Again, I don't know if this is a religious thing. I'm going to go on, I'm just going to go and say that I believe that it is. It will have something to do with some type of religious background, whether it's, you know, mainstream or it's more out there in whatever. I have a feeling it's going to be religiously based. People in the comments may not like that. I get that. That's fine. That's where my gut's telling me it's going to go. And I'm just glad that in essence, this nightmare that these children we're experiencing is over. I'm glad that it's over. Granted, the therapy, the work to get back to being normal, or learning what normal is, at least for the basis of our society, is going to be a long one for them. But if they've persevered this long, I think they'll be okay. And if they have each other, then they'll get there sooner than not. And so I'm curious to know what you guys think about this one. Do you think that this is something that is going to be explained by just some crazy cult-like situation, or is it just a parent or a set of parents that are nuts and they've been doing this? Because you can see that they've been doing this for like nearly 30 years, right? So there's got to be something there. And I'm very curious to know more, and I'm sure we'll know more in coming days. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this one. I am curious, like I said. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that, link below in the video description, or just, you know, hey, turn off that pesky ad block. Or if you just want a mundane Matt and chill, I don't even know why I'm saying that, but I thought I'd give it a shot. You can do so right now.